Today, I would like to show you how to make this skirt I am wearing. It's flared in shape, has 2 side pockets and a belt around the waist. This is what you need for this project. To take the measurements you need, first wear a band around your waist and the hip. Now take the waist measurement A and the hip measurement B. Measure the height between the waist and the hip, like so, and mark it as C. Finally, measure the length of the skirt, mark it as D. I am going to recycle newspapers. First, let's draw the back pattern. Draw a line leaving 1 inch at the top. Take quarter of the waist measurement A and mark it on that line. Now mark the height between the waist and the hip C from the top line and draw a parallel line, like so. Add half an inch to quarter of the hip measurement and mark it on that line, like so. Now draw the sides connecting the 2 points. Now mark 3.5 inches from the middle line and draw a line. Seam allowances 1 inch to the side and half an inch to the waist. Cut the pattern. Make an incision along the middle line we drew earlier. Mark the skirt length D in few places like so and draw the hem of the skirt. Label the pattern and mark the middle line and the side. You can adjust the flared shape of the skirt using the incision when you cut the fabric later. Let's draw the front pattern now. Start with the line, leaving 1 inch as before. Now mark the height between the waist and the hip C from the top line and draw a parallel line, like so. Subtract half an inch from quarter of the hip measurement and mark it on that line, like so. Take quarter of the waist measurement A and mark it on the upper line. Now draw the sides connecting the 2 points. Mark seam allowances same as before. Draw the line 3.5 inches from the middle line as well. Draw the hemline and cut the pattern. An incision same as before to give the skirt the flared shape. Mark the middle line and the side. Sometimes you need to look at the selvage line to work out the right side of the fabric. Notice the difference in the punched holes. You can feel the roughness of the hole from the right side. Fold the fabric in half and cut a strip 4 inches in width. We are going to use this as the belt around the waist. Place the two patterns and adjust the flared shape to fit the fabric. Middle of the front pattern should be placed on the middle fold of the fabric. I have decided to make the skirt bit longer than the pattern I made. So measure the same length for both sides and pin the pattern to the fabric. Leave 1 inch seam allowance for the middle of the back piece when you cut the fabric. Watch how I take the round shape of the hem by folding the fabric along the waistline. Now use few pins to mark the side line towards the waist. Do this on both sides. You can use a light color tracing paper to make the lines as I have shown you in previous videos. We need to cut the facings for the waist. Take 2 cut pieces of fabric, pin to the skirt and cut the sides. You need facings for both front and back sides. Before you unpin the facing from the skirt, mark the pattern line onto the facing like so, using pins. I don't have enough fabric for the side pockets, so I am going to use this leftover piece of fabric for that. Place the front side of the skirt on it like so. I am taking 14 inches for the pocket length. Now we are going to mark the size of the opening of the pocket. It should have enough space to put your hand in. I am going to leave 6.5 inches for the opening and mark it on the fabric using the pins. Mark that measurement onto the other side of the skirt as well. We need 2 pockets, so cut fabric for the other one as well. So these are our 2 pockets. Now we are ready to sew the skirt. Let's start with the back. Take your zipper and mark the length onto the middle line of the skirt like so. We are going to leave an opening for the zipper and sew the 2 back pieces together. Now we need to sew the zipper onto the skirt. Fold the middle hem along the marked pattern line and pin it. Pin the zipper in place carefully. The zipper should be covered by the hem of the opening. To hand stitch the zipper using a running stitch before sewing using the machine. Important to have a straight sewing line for a neater look, so take time to sew carefully. You will have to move the zipper slider up and down to make room for the foot of the machine to move it in a straight line. Remove the running stitches now. Now take the pockets and stitch the two sides that I am showing here. Pin the pockets to the right side of the front piece of the skirt and sew the sides. Place the back piece of the skirt on top and pin it to the pocket, carefully marking the length of the opening from the front piece to the back piece. Going to sew along the line I am pointing and then continue that along the side of the skirt. Start sewing from the waist of the skirt and stop at the top end of the pocket opening by sewing sideways, like so. Then start from the bottom of the pocket and continue to sew along the side of the skirt all the way down to the bottom. Repeat the same process on the other side. Now on to the facings for the waist. Pin the front facing to the back facing along the pattern lines. Sew the pieces like so. Before we pin the facings to the skirt, attach the pockets to the front side of the skirt using pins. Turn the right side out. facings like so and sew using a machine. Going to make 2 loops to hold the belt in place. Fold in half and sew. Sew one end of the loop so it's easy to fold inside out from that end. Push inside out using a stick like so. Trim any excess fabric. Roll or double fold the edge and sew using the machine. Hem around the belt the same way. Now iron the garment thoroughly, pressing the side pockets, zipper and the hem. Turn the facing inward and hand stitch at the zipper opening like so. Hand stick the 2 loops to the side of the skirt as well. To sew the other end of the loop, first need to tuck in the open end and stitch. Then attach to the skirt. There you have it. Now feed the belt in through the loops and tie a knot after putting it on. If you need any clarification on what you saw in this video, leave a comment below the description section. I will get back to you as soon as possible. As you can see, it is a very versatile skirt. You can use the matching scarf as the belt as well. subscribe to watch more videos. Bye for now.